And safety is front and center at Charlotte Mecklenburg School.
That's right. Another gun scare at Palisades High School, overshadowing what the district says was a mostly uneventful first day back.
Good, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I did TikTok bottom video, and we're just going to hop right into it. So, today, we will be doing another North Carolina story. I'd like to tell you, North Carolina podcast. I'm from Raleigh myself. So, we're going to get right into it. So, this one's straight out of Charlotte, involving two parents, Miquel Williams and Regina Mugin, or Mugin. So, what these two are being accused of is going to Palisades High School in Charlotte and being caught with a weapon. So they said Miguel was caught with a pocket knife and Miss Regina was caught with a handgun and a box cutter. So obviously, you know, he got a misdemeanor charge, weapon on educational property. She did as well. Well, two of them, one not being a gun and one being a gun. So that's all the extent of what we know right now. This is also interesting because about a week before this, Palisades High School had a shooting on campus where a juvenile, I'm assuming one of the students, fired into an empty office.
Appear to show a bullet hole in a window here at Palisades High School, but CMS isn't specifying whether a gun was fired at the building or not. These photos of shattered glass at Palisades High School are the closest we've gotten to answers about an arrest made on the school's campus Monday. In two letters to school families, CMS didn't say what happened other than calling it an incident. The district referred us to CMPD, which hasn't responded to our questions.
Now, they're not saying what was the reason of firing into the empty office, as if it was, you know, they don't know if he was firing at somebody or, you know, a kid just being a kid. He was just shooting at something. But, yeah, that did happen about a week ago. But back to the two parents. So, how they were caught, basically, you know, when they were screened in, that's when they found the weapon. So, that makes me wonder a lot. First, I know, obviously, I'm not no parent, so I don't know, you know, about picking my kid up from school and things of that sort. But I don't remember them, like, patting, like, parents and shit down. At least my parents and shit. So, I, like, you know, you don't really think of it being a security issue until something bad happens. But I didn't understand why they, like, why is that a regular thing at this high school? I mean, it makes sense now after, you know, a shooting like that. But it made me wonder about the screening process and like, what's the, like, do they pat niggas down? Because I haven't seen that before. Next, now it makes me wonder, when they got caught at the screening process, it makes me wonder if they just regularly walk around with these weapons. Of course, it's North Carolina, so you can have guns and things of that sort. They regularly walk around with these weapons, so they just forgot it was on them, and they went to their kid's school, and it was like, oh, damn, we got that motherfucker. Or did something transpire and they was coming to the school on that business. Now, the fact that, you know, we're not getting much details about it, I don't know which either, but the latter would definitely be a very, very interesting story to tell and more details about it. But a part of me feels like they walk around with these weapons on the regular and they just forgot it was on them at the time and they got caught with it. But, you know, obviously they went to jail, got booked. They were actually freed on a written promise to appear to court for their charges, obviously, which is something I usually don't see that often, honestly. You know, usually we see bonds. But I guess because they had, you know, both misdemeanors, seeming, I don't know the details of the situation, but if it is what I'm saying, then, I mean, I can see that. But it's definitely a wild ass headline, let me say. The story's not as wild once you get into it, but the wild ass headline when you just hear two parents get caught with weapons on campus, you thinking, goddamn, somebody kid and got bullied or some shit, and they coming up there on that bullshit and they finna bully back. But I don't know, it doesn't really seem like that. But I'm definitely interested in more details coming out about the story. But that's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I did TikTok about the video, and we up.